everybody, it's Lynn from Subpar Planning. Hope this video finds you happy and healthy. Today's video is going to be about some planner essentials that I use, and basically, you know, like the stuff that you kind of need if you wanted to start getting into planning. It can get really, really expensive, or you can do it really, really cheap. So it's just kind of like what is your comfort level and what you feel like spending. That's going to determine like how your planning style sort of. So anyways, let's get started. My name is Lynn, and this is Subpar Planning. Welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome, and I hope you enjoy. This channel is about planners and planner-related items, hauls, and things like that. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and then take a look at the other videos that I have to offer. So today's video is planner essentials, sort of. So if you're new to the planner community, or if you've been around for a while, there's certain items that are like kind of like in your go-to that you use pretty much almost every week. And some of those things would be like a glue stick or a hole punch or a pen or pencil, a ruler. So it just kind of depends on like what your planning style is. For me, I basically use a glue stick, a pencil, and washi and stickers. And that's about it. And you really can plan with very little items. Like you really only need like a pen and a piece of paper or a grouping of paper, whether that's a notebook, index cards, you know, maybe a cute little decorative thing that you found at like the dollar store. So it's basically anything. So one of the things that I have read about and seen online, which kind of cracks me up and I just love it, it's called a hipster PDA. So if you're old enough to remember Palm Pilots or anything like that, then this will make sense to you. If not, you have no idea what I'm talking about, go ahead and just look up Palm Pilot and you'll see what I'm talking about. But basically what this is it's like a handful of index cards with a pen. And basically this is what you carry around all day. Like this is your planner calendar, whatever. And so basically what you do is you just take your pen and you just write down the events of the day. So let's say today's, I don't know, I think today's, I don't know what day it is. So we'll just say the 15th. And let's just make some stuff up. We have a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock. And then we're going to meet our friend Fred, sure, at 12:30 for lunch. And we're going to go to a restaurant, I don't know, Roscoe. That sounds fine. And then after lunch, we have a mani-pedi at, I don't know, 3:30. And that's at Lotus Flower. These are not real places. I just made these things up. And then afterwards, you're going to go home and you're having dinner. Let's say dinner at home with, I don't know, Sandy. So, you know, your friend Sandy's coming over. And so basically this is your calendar for the day. And then maybe on the back, you know you're having dinner with Sandy, and Sandy has a gluten allergy, so you need to make sure when you go to the grocery store that you get gluten-free for dinner. And then maybe you can take down some fancy recipe. So, you know, whatever recipe you have for dinner, like, I don't know, chicken and something, I don't know, veggies and something else. And so this is basically your planner for the day. So as you're going through your day, as things go over, you either cross them out or you check them off. Check them off, cross them off, and then you're like, okay. And then you just want to look on the back because you have to get your shopping list before dinner. And then at the end of the day, you basically just take that off, get rid of it, and you start fresh with a brand new thing. And the thing is that this doesn't have to be used every day. This is something you can use intermittently. So let's say the next day you have the day off and you don't plan on going anywhere. You're just gonna stay home and do laundry. Then you don't need to write it down because that's not something you care about. Then that's something that you do, and you just put this in your pocketbook. It's like a notebook, but it's a little more, it's a hipster PDA. So it's not so like old school Mead, you know, wire bound notebook. So that's like a version of like a planner, and it's super cheap. It's like a dollar store binder clip, some index cards, lined, plain, or grid, and a pen, and you're good. There's your planner. So you can really plan with very, very little, or you can get super elaborate and have stickers and washi and kits from Etsy and all these other things. So it's just your comfort level and what you like to use. So what I generally, like I said, what I usually use is like, these are kind of like my go-tos. So I have a long ruler and a short ruler for making lines. I have some sort of adhesive, whether it be a tape runner or a glue stick. And this is like my favorite, my little Elmer's Craft Bond. It's the extra sticky. I have some sort of pencil and pen. Usually I have another eraser. I usually use like a pink pearl. That's like one of my faves. And I use a hole punch if I'm using a binder, a 3-ring binder, or if I'm using the disc system. And then I have some sort of scissors to cut some stuff out. And then I have this little metal thing that I use to cut washi, if I use washi, but that's not an essential. But these, I would say, are my essentials. And then I just kind of go with it. And, you know, this is an example of a monthly page that I made for my ring bound planner. That's a couple of stickers, my ruler, a pencil, and then a pen. And that's it. And it's super plain, but it's functional. It's what I need for that particular part of my planner. So that's kind of what you need to get started. Now comes the fun stuff, the stuff where you can kind of get creative and enjoy. And for a lot of people, planning isn't just about planning your day. It's about expressing yourself. It's about using visual interest to like tell a story of how the day went or what you had planned for this week. So that's why planning is so much fun, because you can really kind of just take it and just run with it. And you can do watercolors, and you can do stickers, and you can do washi, and you can do fancy planners, and you know, you can really just kind of make it your own. And I think that's why people are so drawn to it, because it's an extension of you. It's an expression of you and how you see the world, which is what makes them so much fun. So next, what I'll show you is the different varieties of planners that are available. So if you're interested in starting to plan, you can go as simple as your hipster PDA, which I still think is kind of fun. And you can go all the way to something a little more elaborate, like bound book. You can have a great time with something a little more excessive, and you can do like charms and like baubles coming out at the top, and then you can get fancy covers, and then you can just like go into the more expensive planners where you actually get paying for the like. So, and then there's everything in between. So there's a couple of different things that you can use. You can go to like TJ Maxx or Marshall's or the dollar store. So you can go to TJ Maxx or like the dollar store, and you can pick up something as simple as this. This is a sewn book with craft paper, and you can just use it like bullet journal style and design your own pages and add to it. Or you can take a cheap calendar from the dollar store, rip it up, take it apart, and adhere your pages to the inside of it, kind of like that. So now you basically have these pages glued on. You didn't have to actually draw anything, and you can just put stickers and washi to decorate it as you choose. So there's always something like that. You can go something along the lines of like a Hobonichi. This is not a Hobonichi. This is a Stalogy book, but it's kind of the same thing. They're blank pages. You can circle the days, the month, all the stuff at the top, and then just use it as a daily journal. There are no monthly pages in here. This is just dailies. So this would be good if you like to do memory keeping, if you like to do a journal per, every day. So this is something, again, that you can pick up pretty much at like Amazon, or you can get a variation of this from like Barnes and Noble, or you can actually order the original, the Hobonichi, on different websites and stuff. But this is another idea or option. And again, you could use watercolors, markers, pens, pencils, stickers, or just handwrite into it. You don't have to use all that stuff if you don't want to. Another option for a planner would be a travel journal. This is a Webster's Pages travel journal, but you'll see a lot of them. They're usually leather. They're beautiful. Midori, Chic Sparrow, Foxy Fix. Lots of different people on Etsy design to make their own, but it's all basically the same thing. It's some sort of like a floppy leather or fake leather cover. It's strings that you put all your little books in, and then it's an elastic that closes it up. And then it just comes, like they come with different variations. Most of the leather ones don't have pockets. So it's just basically this leather cover and these strings, and that's it. And then you just add books to it. And your books could be for memory keeping. They could be a monthly. They could be a weekly. They could be lists. They could be trackers, all sorts of things. And you can make your own books, or you can buy books from Amazon or from different Etsy sellers and things like that. The next one is like a ring bound, and these come in different sizes, but I don't have anything bigger than this. I just have the pocket size. But a ring bound is something like a leather cover, but it's got these little rings in it. The pages usually are pretty small, so you have to have the patience to write in small lines or on small pages. I have big handwriting, so for me it's tough to use a pocket, even though I just love them. But they come with different types and different variations. Some will come with a back pocket to put money or receipts in. Some will come with all these other little nifty pockets where you can store things away or decorate your pockets. Some can hold change. So this is kind of another variation of like a planner that you could use. And it's not just a Filofax. This is the Filofax Malden, but everybody makes them. Day Runner, they have Etsy sellers. You can get no-name sellers from Amazon and different types of material, which is kind of fun. And then you have your spiral bound, and you'll see these. You can get them from Michael's. You can order from Erin Condren. You can get them online. You can find them in TJ Maxx or Marshalls towards the end of the year for the new year. And these are basically just little planners that have the pages in them. Some of them will be dated, some won't be. And so that's kind of fun because you can use it whenever you want, and you can start it whenever you want. So if you want to start your planner in, I don't know, May, for whatever reason, then you can start it in May and just kind of continue on for full year. And some planners like this usually come with some little sheet of stickers in the back or in the front. So it's like notes, it'll have the months, and it'll have just some like little decorations and stuff. It's usually not a lot of stickers. It's usually just one sheet, but you can always buy stickers to add more decorations. But if you don't, just write in the day and just write in what you need to do and call it good. You don't have to be very elaborate with it. I think for me, when I started planning, I used to get some anxiety because I felt that I wanted my planner to look pretty, because I see all of these beautiful planners and I see all of these great ideas that people are doing, and I could never get it to look that way, and I would get super frustrated and I'd be upset because I wanted my planner to look as nice as everyone else's. And I've actually come to the conclusion that my planner needs to just look good for me, and it needs to be functional for me, and it's not about making it look pretty for everyone else, because I'm the one who's using it, not everybody else. So I need to make sure that it works for me and that it functions for me. So I've actually kind of gotten to that point now where I kind of am beginning to see that. There are times when I still want a pretty planner. Like, these are fine. This is about as far as I can take it, but I can't, it's hard for me to really add embellishments and do all of this and do that, because they get in the way, because I'm trying to use my planner on a day-to-day basis, not just for pictures on Instagram or like for YouTube videos. Like, I want to actually use my planner. So for me, I need more function than embellishment or pretty. But everybody's different, and that's what makes planners so much fun. I love looking at beautiful planners. I will look at Instagram posts all day of people's planners, and I just can't get enough of it because they're just so striking. And I think what makes them so much fun is that it gives you a little peek into that person. It lets you see just a little tiny part of like who they are, and they're always so beautiful. Anyways, get back to this. So this is a ring bound planner. So this is a happy planner. This is huge. This has got a very big following. A lot of people use them. I usually use the happy planner just because I like the variety of pages that I can get, and I like that it's easily accessible. I can go to pretty much any craft store in the country and find something happy planner related. So if I need something in a bind or from someplace else and I need something, I'll be able to get it. So this is their version of a half sheets. They have classic, they have the big, they have the mini, and then micro, and they also have half sheet classic and a half sheet mini, and they'll probably come with a half sheet micro, although I can only imagine that would be super, super tiny. But they have different sizes that work for different people. And so basically what it is it's just a dot grid paper or colored paper or lined paper, and you just add it. And the beauty of this system is that it allows you to add and take away as necessary or as needed. You can do that with these. It's a little bit trickier. You're going to need a special punch to add pages to these, but it can be done. This is pretty easy. All you need is a hole punch, and you can add and take pages out, which makes this great. The Traveler's Notebook, you can add or take out notebooks, but you can't necessarily add or take out individual pages without tearing out a page from the notebook. And you don't want to really want to compromise the integrity of your notebooks, especially if you've paid for them and you haven't made them yourself. This book, again, you can tear a page out, but you can't add any because it's a bound book. And the same thing goes with this one. This is sewn into place. You could, I mean, I guess technically you could rip the seam out, rip the sew line out, and add more pages and make it thicker and re-sew it. But that takes a little bit of knowledge that I most certainly do not have. But it can be done. But you know, in terms of being able to take pages out and put pages in, these are probably your best options, which would be your bound, your ring, or your Traveler's Notebook variation. So yeah, so then you've got these guys. And again, you can take different pages. The Happy Planner line, they have all sorts of different things. So you can make a full-size half sheets note. You just take this and fold it in half, which is what I do. And so now I have a full page if I need to write something out or whatever. This is actually the planner that I plan to use for class, which is starting next week, unfortunately. So I'm trying to enjoy my time. And this is a weekly journal insert that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and this is for the traditional full-size Traveler's Notebook. So this is the kind of book that you'd be looking at, only shorter, obviously, to put into your Traveler's Notebook. And so that's kind of what it would look like. And then you would have 4 books. So that is like your planner basic stuff. But so this is what I'll be using for school. So basically I just took the weekly, and so now I'll be able to add to it, and I'll be able to write down like what assignments to do, what readings need to be done, do I have meetings with anybody, do I have to meet with my advisor, do I have to meet with my professor, and that's all going to be just in this book. I decided not to combine books because that way I don't have to take my planner back and forth to class. I can just take this, and this will have the necessary information in it, and I can take it back and forth as needed. I'll be able to put it in my book bag or whatever. So those are the planners essentials. Those are the types of planners. And now into the fun stuff, which is like washi and all these other things. Now, this stuff is not necessary to plan. It just makes your planner pretty, and it makes it fun, and it gives you a chance to express yourself creatively in some way, shape, or form. So you have washi tape. They come in different sizes, different colors, different designs. You can get more of a designer washi tape. You can get washi tape subscriptions. They'll be sending you boxes of beautiful washi tape and papers that you can use every month for your planners. They have seasonal washi tape. They have washi tape with letters and numbers and all sorts of stuff. Let me see. This is just like one drawer of washi tape that I have. So there's glitter and there's different designs and like skinny little minis, and you have, here's another drawer. This is just all washi tape, which I need to start using. There was a point when I couldn't stop myself. Like I just kept buying washi tape and I wasn't really using it, but it's just so pretty and I love looking at it in the drawers that I finally realized that I might have a little bit of a problem. So I stopped buying washi tape probably about 6 or 7 months ago. And I still have a ton. But it's fun because it allows you to decorate your pages. You know, you can use washi tape to cover plain paper for presents. You can use them to make tags. You can use them as impromptu markers to measure to hang a picture. So washi tape's great because it's adhesive and it sticks, but it doesn't rip or pull paint off. It's really cool stuff. The next thing you have are stickers. And then this is a recollection sticker pack that I bought a long time ago that I didn't even know I had. Apparently I used some of it. But these are just some ideas or some different variations of different types of stickers. This is the Creative Year, but it looks like it's got a lot of like household stuff. But you know, this is like a random sticker book that could be used to decorate your calendar. This could be used to decorate your planner. You can use this to decorate wall calendars or like a fridge calendar or like a small planner. Or you can use something like that on your, you know, my favorite thing, the hipster PDA. So, you know, it's kind of fun to use different stickers, but it can get expensive. So sometimes it's best to just buy what you need and try to use up what you have instead of buying more stuff. So then you don't get into the situation that I got into, which was I have sticker book after sticker book after sticker book of stuff that I have yet to use. And when I stand and I look, I I'm a little ashamed that I have all of these things that I'm not using. So I think the hardest thing is when you start to get into planning is that you can't help it. You just get so excited. You just want to buy everything. You want to buy all the stickers and all the pens and all the paper and all the markers and things like that. So my best advice is to just kind of really start small and think about like what it is that you want to get out of your planning. If you're looking at memory planning, then probably stickers or like a little personal photo printer, something like that might be in your best interest. If you're looking for form and function, then, you know, maybe you don't really need to go and buy those stickers and all those other things. Maybe you'll just be happy with a pen and a piece of paper. So, you know, it's hard to not get pulled into that trap because trust me, I have been pulled into that. You just go into this deep pit, and you just start buying stuff, and you just can't help it. Everything's so pretty, and you just want all of it, and you end up buying things that you don't really necessarily know you need. You also buy things that you don't need, and you buy things that you really want, and then they're so pretty you just don't want to use them, which is kind of what's happening to me. Is like there's certain sticker packs that I have that I just don't want to use them because they're so pretty, and I don't want to just use them once and never see them again. So those are things to remember. And then the other option is that you can always just make your own. So you can make your own hipster PDA, or you can make your own traveler's notebook, or you can make your own, you know, bound planner of some kind, whether it's sewn into place or stapled into place. And that will afford you the opportunity to get and purchase things that you want to use with your planner. I've made mini happy planner covers. I haven't made my own rings yet because I don't have a way to do it, but I've made my own happy planner covers. I've made my own traveler's notebook inserts. I've made, you can also make your own stickers if you really want to get in, you know, really want to get in there. But a lot of this stuff you can do and make on your own if you have the time and you just want to watch some videos, because YouTube's a great resource to learn how to make covers, how to plan, how to use your planner, different tips and tricks to use whatever insert that you have that you just might not know what to use them for. So it's a really great way to learn how to, it's a really great way to learn how to plan for you. I completely forgot to talk about markers, which are another rabbit hole that you can fall easily into. So there's different types of markers out there that you'll see. A lot of people use these types of markers for their bullet journaling, and you'll also see the mild liners used in different types of planners. They're relatively inexpensive for the most part, depending on where you get them. So you can get them online on Amazon, and they're actually not that expensive if you get a big enough pack. I have been told, though, that the mild liners that are made in Japan are superior as opposed to the other ones that are made in different areas in Thailand, Mexico, I think Vietnam. So if you can get the mild liners made in Japan, those are going to be your better bet, because they seem to last longer from what I read, like just on people's just with people's experiences with them. Other markers that you have are the Tombos. These are actually, or you'll see Copic and Tombow and Artist Loft or Premiere, and that's basically all the same thing. And what they are, they're brush markers on one end, and they're a fine point on the other end. And these are actually a lot of fun. You can actually dribble water on them and it'll make like a splatter effect. They blend fairly well if you like to do some drawing. I can't remember if these are alcohol ink. I kind of feel like they might be an alcohol ink marker, but I could be very wrong, so don't quote me on that. But this is another way to decorate your planner. If you don't want to use stickers or you don't want to use washi, you can use something like this. And then other things that I have that I use sometimes are my tool pens. That's the name of the company. Oops, I just got ink on myself. And these are gel, so they come in the different colors, and they actually are very nice because they write super smooth, except for that one because it's been used up so much. But they are a lot of fun, and it's a great way to incorporate color into your planner without having to use stickers and washi and stuff like that. Sometimes people will use them to color coordinate. So if you have a family and you have a daughter who plays soccer 3 days a week, and then she goes to band practice 2 days a week, and then you have a son who plays football 5 days a week, but then, you know, 2 of those days he also does golf. It's a great way to kind of help keep track of everything. And your husband, maybe your significant other, your spouse travels out of town, you know, like 3 or 4 days, you know, out of the month, and, you know, you have appointments or you have meetings. So it's a great way to kind of color code everything. So you know that, you know, Susie's got soccer, Bryce has football, and your partner is going to be out of town for 4 days. So, you know, everyone's got a color, and then you can just kind of coordinate and look at your planner and figure out who's going where, who's doing what, and who's going to be home and who's not going to be home. So something like that's kind of fun. And again, you can use them for decoration and things like that. So there's some other things that I have. And again, those are not necessary. Those are not necessary to plan. This is what's necessary to plan. Some kind of paper and some kind of pen to write it all down with. And it doesn't even have to be a pen. It could be a mechanical pencil, or it could be a marker. It could be whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable using. And then that's it. There's your day. Boom, boom, boom. Done. So anyways, I forgot to add that part, so I'm going to throw that in there somewhere. But basically, your planner essentials involve this. And, you know, maybe this. These are your planner essentials. A ruler, some paper, and a pen. Everything else is gravy. Everything else is just for fun. And that's it. So anyway, so with that being said, hopefully this kind of helped you out. And hopefully this kind of showed you like how to get started or what to do. Or maybe ideas for you to think about. But again, if you just want to start planning really quick and simple, the Hipster PDA is the way to go. Just take your pen out, write your stuff down, boom, throw it in a bag, you're good. And like I said, you can also get really super elaborate with all these other fancy things. Like this is shameful. It's a little shameful, and I'm kind of embarrassed to even do this, but these are just some of the ring-bound planners that I have. They're Filofax, but you know, these are just some of the planners that I have that I don't use very often, but I don't use them because I just want to keep them new and keep them pretty. This one I definitely had some use out of, but this is my Pocket Austerly, which I adore, and I just love the color. And I'd like to try to keep it clean and gorgeous, but if I'm going to start using it, I got to start using it. And then this is my Deco, which I just love. This is like one of my favorite ones. These are some tab dividers that I made. But this is just a stunning, stunning little book. And I just love it. And I don't ever want to use it because I want to keep it nice and pretty. But, you know, again, it's one of those things like if you start to amass items, are you actually more of a collector or are you a planner? And I find that there are certain things that I like to collect, and the Filofax pockets seem to be one of them. And I don't really use them, but I just love looking at them. I love seeing them. I love seeing pictures of them. So it's just something that it becomes an obsession, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. Like when you first start planning, you become obsessed. So now you're like watching all the YouTube videos, you're on the Instagram, you're on Facebook looking at all the different planner devoted pages, and then you start to buy some stuff, and then you start buying more stuff, and then next thing you know, you have a room filled with planning supplies, and you don't even know what to do with them because you're just so overwhelmed. So, and it's super easy to do, and if you are just getting into planning, it will probably happen because you just can't help it. So many pretty things out there that you just want to get your hands on, and so hopefully this will kind of help you kind of step back and kind of look at all the options that are out there, and then maybe kind of make more of like a coordinated game plan about how you want to set your things up and what you want to use it for. What's your main purpose for using your planner? If it's to pretty plan and you want to just get stickers and washi and tape, by all means, go for it. Make it look good, post it on Instagram, make YouTube videos of it, because people like me want to see that. I want to see pretty planners. If you want to keep it simple and buck the system and just go super, super low tech and just do a piece of paper and a notebook or a pen, go for it. And you know what? Show that off too, because people like to see all types of planners. So if that's something that you're rocking and you're going with it and it's working for you, show it off on Instagram. Say, hey, today my Hipster PDA, and then show it off, because that's fun. It's a window into who you are as an individual, and it's a great way to just kind of, it's a great way to learn how people think and how they see the world, and I think that's pretty cool. So I hope this video helped. I feel like I rambled, which is my usual. But, you know, I hope this video finds you happy and healthy. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. And remember, you, right there, right at your nose, I'm pointing at you. You are loved, you are wanted, and you deserve to be here. And don't forget it, okay? So I'll see you again soon. Video will be coming up at some point, and I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Bye.